Welcome back to our channel. We're Chloe and Matthew, two wine-loving foodies who have set out to explore the world one bite, sip or slurp at a time. In this series, we're visiting every iconic wine region in Australia to get a lowdown on the juice, the people and what makes it special.
The Adelaide Hills is at the centre of South Australia's wine country. Australia's most vibrant, cool climate wine region, it is acknowledged internationally for its distinctive premium wines, viticulture, and stunning scenery. It is one of the largest geographical wine regions in Australia and amongst the most diverse in terms of climate, soil, and topography. In the second part of our Adelaide Hills tour, we visit the wineries in the central area, ranging from Woodside down to Handorf.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2. Where are we? Where are we exploring today?
Today we are around about Balhana.
We've got quite a big lineup today. Again, we're visiting a few bigger names and a few more hidden, quiet local names that we got referred to yesterday. So first up, we're hitting up.
We're gonna go check out Murdoch first. That was recommended to us yesterday.
Apparently, really good Pinot producers. Then we are going to go visit our friend Simon Tolley. After that, we're heading over to Shaw and Smith, which is a bigger producer here, but very well known for their Chardonnay. And maybe somewhere else, if we can find anywhere else that is open.
Speaks to us.
Fit us in today.
Murdoch Hills was originally purchased by the Downer family in 1939. It wasn't until 1998 that the vines were planted on the property. Brothers Michael, Andrew, and Henry are the current family stewards of the land, and as a family continue to run their parents' vision of a winery on the property. Head winemaker Michael prefers a minimalist approach to his winemaking, striving for a purer expression of the vineyard. He's hit his goal on the mark with these wines, which show a real elegance. We only got to sample the unreleased and freshly bottled Chardonnay and Pinot Noir as the cellar door was out. We were just lucky enough that they had the test bottles open of their 2 top-of-the-line wines. The surprise standout for us, however, was the Syrah, which really had a Northern Rhone feel to it. So of course, one had to go home with us.
So first stop today was a success.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They had a few wines that I did not like. No, that's not fair.
They weren't your style.
They weren't my style. Everything was like clean, correct wine stuff.
All of their Pinot sells out like really fast, so obviously they're doing something right.
Yeah, their Pinot sells out pretty good. Their Chardonnays were pretty nice.
Chardonnay was beautiful. I thought it was really elegant.
The one that you wanted was really elegant.
Well, yeah, the higher end. The higher end one was really elegant, really beautiful. The Syrah.
The Syrahs were cool.
Beautiful.
Not overly fruity and jammy. They were really nicely balanced.
Now we're off to our friend Simon.
Simon Tolley wines.
Simon Tolley, and there are some fires in the area today, so we've been warned to kind of stick to a certain part of Adelaide Hills, which luckily all the wineries that we're visiting are within the safe kind of area. Let's hope it stays that way.
We're gonna go down and see the fire.
No, we're not.
Simon Tolley is a 5th-generation grape grower who has found the Adelaide Hills to be the best region to make wine in Australia. A traditionalist wine style and meticulous care in the vineyard yield wines that both feel complex yet still simple and easy. With 2 different price ranges, priced at $25 and $50 respectively, the wines easily find a place in your cellar to lift up a meal. We picked up a few bottles from both ranges. While we're sure these wines would age gracefully, they didn't last very long in the van for us to figure that out. Always the animal lover, another fun experience here is meeting Jai Trash, a retired Group 1 racehorse whose win column stretches halfway down his Wikipedia page.
For me, a Syrah is a medium-bodied, fruit-driven style, and we've got Shiraz there, and yeah, I think some people taste the difference, but there's a lot more pepper spice, there's a lot more darker fruit gases, and that's what Shiraz for me.
Yeah,
and a Syrah is something more subtle,
what do you say?
better paired with food,
Yeah.
and not just overpower what you're eating.
Yeah.
Yes, that's working well for us. I think Australia is the only country in the world is actually called Syrah Shiraz.
Sean Smith was founded in 1989 by cousins Michael Smith and Martin Shaw. Made it a neighboring winery for the first decade, in 1999 the property was purchased, the vines were planted, and the winery was built in time for the 2000 harvest. Sean Smith are dedicated grape growers with a strong respect for the land they are on, the health of the soil, and nature surrounding their vineyards. Also produced at Sean Smith is The Other Wine Company. We tasted their Arinto, a Portuguese variety common in Vinho Verde. This is a cool little wine made from grapes coming out of the Riverland.
Drink this before that.
Okay. What is it?
Arinto. So Arinto comes from Portugal originally, so native to the south of Portugal. It's one of the most sort of prominent grapes grown in a region called Vinho Verde, which is very popular. It's only grown, I reckon there are only about 3 or 4 vineyards in Australia that have it thus far.
How do we keep going to these great red wine facilities and you keep making me buy white wine?
I don't know, baby. I guess it comes down to...
Don't say it. Don't even, wherever you're going to go with this, just don't.
Who's the boss? Okay, so baby, wine,
Just a minute.
things. Sean Smith, thoughts?
Sean Smith is a big property. Like, they're big winemakers. And I think they make really nice wines. I almost would like to taste them again later in the day, because I wonder if maybe...
Some of them had been freshly opened and they needed a bit of air.
Part of it also is their wines need food. Like, they make their Pinot and their Chardonnay and they strive for a Burgundian style. Well, that means they strive for a more acidic style, which means you need food.
Right.
I thought the wines were great. The people were amazing. The cellar door crew are so passionate and so knowledgeable.
We're gonna go find a bar and have a beer, or a pub and have a beer or something like that. Let's go.
The next day.
You want to start the day with bubbles.
When don't you want to start?
That one time that you wanted to start the day with Bloody Marys.
The Lane Vineyard is one of the larger, more popular places in the Adelaide Hills, well known for its highly awarded restaurant, estate picnic spots, and of course wine. Bookings are a requirement here, and when we set ours up, we really wanted a great experience, diving a little deeper into the vineyards of the Adelaide Hills. Rather than just lining up a handful of bottles, they curated an experience focused on their Chardonnay and Syrah programs, tasting wines across vintages and vineyards to really get a feel for what they were doing and how each site is different. This experience is available to anyone, so if you want to dive deeper into their catalog, you definitely can. After our tasting, we toured the winery where I got to nerd out a little bit and Chloe got to tease me about it.
Can you tell that he's a winemaker?
I'm not a winemaker.
He's nerding out in here.
Answer any
We had the opportunity to taste a sparkling base wine out of tank and then sample some of their new port.
Do you think it's like okay to be having port prior to 12 p.m?
It's after 12 p.m.
Woohoo! Guys, that was such an awesome experience. Sometimes it's really hit and miss when you come to these really big wineries and you don't really know what you're going to expect. Sometimes you think maybe that they're overdoing it on the hospitality and that they've, as a consequence, made maybe a little bit less quality of a wine or vice versa. But that was amazing. Amazing hospitality, decent wines, beautiful wines. Like, there was a lot of complexity there too, so you got to really dive into, you know, the different Chardonnays and Shiraz, really dive deep and explore things as well, which was really fun. The Lane, put it on your list. You will not regret. Alright guys, that completes our couple of days in the Adelaide Hills.
It was good. Some nice wines. Some nice surprises.
Some nice surprises. I don't know what would be a standout for you. Is there any
The
particular...
Syrahs.
Okay. And is there any particular winery or producer that kind of sticks out in your memory?
Quality to value, Simon Tolley really stood out to me.
I actually opened up one of his Syrahs last night and it was beautiful. So that completes our 3 days, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to keep following us along on our journey. Next week we are headed off to Bali, but then we'll be back in Adelaide, hitting up all your favorites, Barossa, Clare, McLaren Vale, Coonawarra. So if you have any recommendations or anywhere you'd like to see, just drop the name of the producer or the region in the comments or the wine. We really love having you guys a part of this journey with us.
Join us next week when we take you back to Vietnam and Hue City, where we wandered the back streets until we found the Bun Bo Hue lady of Anthony Bourdain fame. Like and subscribe below to make sure you don't miss out.